Hello and welcome back to Dividend Hub and the 2023 July portfolio update. So a lot of things are happening in the portfolio as of right now. We've got some major changes this month. So we're gonna go through all of that today. Anyway, let's jump right into it. We'll start with the dividends that we received this month. And that would be $1.04 from Realty Income, $3.76 from Altria, 80 cents from Oracle, $1.36 from Canadian Natural Resources, 92 cents from Coca-Cola, 58 cents from Comcast, $1.31 from Illinois Toolworks, $1.84 from Best Buy, $1.08 from Bank OCK, and 73 cents from Merck. This totals into $13.42, which I would say is pretty much smack average of what we're making with the portfolio as of right now. So, what are the major changes that's been happening in the portfolio? Well, I decided to sell Broadcom. The reasoning for this, the TLDR version of it at least, is I bought Broadcom a couple of months ago. Not sure how long it's been in the portfolio. I don't think it's 6 months. Anyway, so I bought it at $630.08. And in a few very short months, and I would like to say maybe 2-3 months, Broadcom has gone up around 45% or so. And I was watching it when it reached like 30% plus. I was like, well, this is going kind of quickly. It's going quick enough to make me like reevaluate if I want this in the portfolio or not. Because I felt like it was like, if it continues in this direction, then it's very soon going to be very overvalued, which it probably already was when I bought it at 630. Because it feels like an expensive stock. Anyway, so it went up to over 900, and I was like, yeah, this is my exit from this stock, to be honest. It's too much gains in like too short of a time, and I just felt like locking that in would be a decent move. So I locked in $275.81 in gains, and I got out at $905.89. In total, this is a dividend loss of $18.40 annually. So we went down from like 155 to I don't know, 137 or 38, somewhere around those lines. Anyway, so what did we do with the money? Because now we had $905 to distribute into the portfolio. So I decided to do some fairly interesting things, and we'll go over them quickly in the next slide. So, recent purchases. The first one is I decided to add British American Tobacco, BTI, to the portfolio. Really short version of why I decided to do this is the yield is really nice. Current yield is really nice. It's gone down a bit. The stock price has gone down a bit over time, and now the yield is really nice. So $265.51 went into British American Tobacco. And another reason is Altria is kind of the tobacco company in the US. So it has a very US focused market, and British American Tobacco is worldwide. So we have it's a bit of an overlap, but I felt like it wasn't that bad, to be honest. And I went in at $33.19. Then we decided to add some things to the portfolio that we already had. So I added another stock of Coca-Cola at $60.94. Another stock of Altria at $45.57. One stock of Merck at $106.41. One Aflac at $70.95. Two Comcasts at $42.900. It's like 91.5 cents because of the currency conversion, and I bought two stocks at different dates. It kind of averaged out to this, but it was $85.83 in total anyway, which is the important part here. One stock of Canadian Natural Resources at $56.49. And then we have two very specific additions to the portfolio. And they are a type of stock that we haven't really had in the portfolio before. So we can start with Investor. So Investor AB is a Swedish company, and they are basically investing in other companies, and they are very Sweden focused. So because I live in Sweden, I've been thinking for a while that I want some exposure to Sweden specifically because, you should have some local market bias in your portfolio. And before this, I think 99.5% of my portfolio was like US focused, right? With US companies and so on. And there are multiple reasons for this. One is European stocks. They have weird dividend payout strategies, let's call it that, compared to a lot of US companies, which means that, for example, Investor, they will pay 3/4 of their dividends 1 month, and then they will pay 1/4 in another month. So 75% of their dividend annually will be paid out in, I think it's May, and then 25% of their annual dividend will be paid out in like November or something like that. But anyway, so this is my way of getting exposure to specifically Swedish companies without owning the stock in the Swedish companies, because I'm not very interested in owning stocks in Volvo or like other Swedish companies. They're just not. It's not the same. They are not the companies themselves don't have such a long dividend history as the other companies that I have in the portfolio, but Investor does. So they've paid a dividend for a long time, and they've been increasing it regularly as well. So that was the reason for that. And then we have the Exact Nordic High Yield, which is an ETF, a Swedish ETF. And this is focused on Swedish companies and Scandinavian companies. So this is the second part of me getting some home bias in my my portfolio. So the Exact Nordic High Yield ETF invests primarily in companies in Scandinavia. I think there are like 2 or 3 exceptions to that. I think they have something in like Netherlands and something in France and something in the UK. But it's very focused on Scandinavia, so a little bit more further overlap with Investo, because some of these companies are going to be the same when it comes to Swedish companies. But Exact also has a few companies in Denmark, Norway, and Finland that I wanted to get. So the plan going forward here will be that Investo will make up 2.5% of the portfolio, and then Exact will make up another 2.5% of the portfolio, and then the rest of the companies will just have to kind of equally share the rest of the portfolio space. Anyway, so I got 8 stocks in Investor at $20.29, $162.28 in total, and then 12 stocks in Exact at $12.20, and that totals out to $146.44. So this month we have bought stocks for $1,044.85 in total. And out of those, $139.85 are new. So we've contributed an additional $139.85 to the portfolio. And the total dividend gain for the portfolio by doing this, and this is gain from we are owning Broadcom state, so around $155 annually, roughly, if I remember correctly. We gained $31.14 annually. So with this, the portfolio now makes $185.52. The dividend growth short term is down quite significantly. It's down to 8.18% right now, and that's part of that is because the recent dividend increases from some of the companies that we've invested in have been quite a lot lower than their previous amounts. And also getting rid of Broadcom, which had a huge dividend growth, especially short term, and like 10-year. 10-year and short term was amazing for Broadcom, and it brought up the average a lot. So this is kind of normalized now. The portfolio yield on cost now is 3.58%. And long term, like 10-year growth, is 11.05% right now, which is very much where I think I would like it to be, if not slightly higher, but like this is good. Short-term growth, obviously, 3% under the 10-year growth when you're looking at the dividend, but there's a lot more fluctuation short-term than long-term. So the monthly average rate is now up to $15.46. And this year we have contributed $1,683.62. So that's kind of cool. So if we go into the allocation graphs, I've changed it a little bit around here as well to make it slightly more visible. The biggest change here is that we're no longer like 20% heavy in semiconductors anymore. So it's it's a lot more equally spread out. And up to the right, we can see that for the non-ETF stocks, we have a 3.65% allocation target. So we can see some of these are going to be a bit over and some of these are going to be a bit under. Completely normal. And like it's going to even out over time. Another nice thing is now all of our sectors are actually under 20%. Technically, probably not, because I'm counting the ETF as its own sector, but that's, I don't know. You can make arguments both ways, I guess. If we go over to the overview here, I've under the allocation part of this overview, I've added a marker for me to see when something is either above the target by a specific margin or below the target by a specific margin. So here I can easily see that we have a bunch of stocks here that I should be probably adding to or not adding to. It's just a little bit of a visibility thing for myself. I'm not sure there was anything else that I wanted to cover today. The sale of Broadcom has pretty much ensured that we're gonna hit $200 annually this year, I think. Without selling that, I don't think we would have hit the target. But yeah. Cool. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and have a really nice day.